Hello everyone! In this tutorial, I'll guide you through using GeoStru's dynamic probing software. Let's start by exploring the features of the software interface. The graphical interface of dynamic probing has been designed with a familiar style, similar to our other GeoStru software products. This design is intended to make it easy and efficient for users who work with various GeoStru products. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll find a section dedicated to the general project data. You can locate the test site directly on the satellite map by clicking Maps. A window will open where you can enter the location name or geographic coordinates, latitude or longitude, to pinpoint the exact location of your investigation. Before entering the test data, it's essential to select the type of test and the appropriate instrument or equipment. To do this, right-click on the main interface and a window will appear to make your selection. If you wish to enter data for a super heavy dynamic penetration test, choose the New Progression Test option. This will open a window where under Equipment to use you can select DPSH TG63 Pagani. Next, input the test code. For example, let's use DPSH1, then enter the maximum depth reached, for example 5.80 meters. Specify if the water table is present or absent. Provide seismic acceleration data, and more. If the water table is present, you can enter the exact depth range, 4.8, 4.80 meters. Finally, click on OK. Now navigate to your test location. Right-click and select Data Entry. In this interface, you can input the number of hammer blows from the test. You can enter these values manually one by one or copy and paste them from a text file or Excel spreadsheet. Once you've entered the number of blows, an image on the right will display the blow count and cone resistance values. The number of blows recorded during the test can help deduce the site stratigraphy. In our example, let's assume there are three distinct layers. One at a depth of 1.60 meters from the ground surface, another at 4.20 meters, and the final layer extending to the maximum depth reached, which is 5.80 meters. In the grid below, you can input information about the lithotypes identified for each of the previously identified layers. You can specify whether the lithotubes in layers 1, 2 and 3 are cohesive, incurrent, or exhibit both cohesion and coherence features. Additionally, you can manually input data on the natural and sediment bulk densities of the materials. You can also customize the texture of the three horizons by selecting one of the available patterns on the right. Once you've completed this process, click OK. Now the software has acquired and stored the data. We're ready to proceed with the analysis. To do this, simply right-click and select Process. A window will open with the geotechnical correlations. Regarding the correlation to be used, we have two options. We can manually select an author to estimate the geotechnical parameters, or two, we can allow the software to automatically choose the correlation to use. In the first scenario, if we wish to customize geotechnical parameters value, such as the undrained cohesion of a specific layer, let's say the third layer, simply select the author's name. For example, choose Shoei Fukuni. Then double-click on the desired numerical value. In this case, let's select the typical value for high plasticity clays, which is 3.14. This value will be recorded for the selected layer and highlighted in the table of estimated geotechnical parameters. The same process can be applied to other parameters. To save this analysis, you can simply click File and select the Print option. However, if you want to generate a more comprehensive technical report, including not only the estimation of geotechnical and seismic parameters, but also detailed information about the instruments or equipment used, theoretical explanation of the correlation applied, and geotechnical diagrams, you need to follow these additional steps. To head to, navigate to the Output section of the interface, where you will find the option Processing by Author and Processing with all authors. Choose one of these options based on your preference, then create the final report, which will include all the necessary information for a comprehensive and complete technical report. If you found the video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, and to stay updated, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for following this tutorial. If you need further information or have any question, please don't hesitate to contact us. See you soon!